Good. Right, Catherine, whenever you're ready, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Darren. Team news, first of all. Obviously, the game's coming thick and fast at the moment. So how's your squad looking ahead of tomorrow night?
Yeah, good afternoon, Catherine. The squad's fine. I mean, we still got the same bodies from the weekend, and everybody's come through the game okay. So all being all well, we got the same squad to choose from again for tomorrow.
Because you've got the 3 games in a week, would you be still minded to maybe make 1 or 2 changes for tomorrow, just to bring some fresh legs in?
Catherine, whether we got like a 1-game week or a 3-game week, I'll wherever I see fit, and depending on the opposition and the players available, I'll change if I see fit to do so. It doesn't really mean that I know that with a 3-game week you can look at the physical elements of the game, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I will change, because even sometimes when we play a 1-game week we'll change, but that is certainly an option that we have at our disposal should we require it tomorrow.
Fantastic to get the first win as Huddersfield town manager on Saturday. Does that give everyone a little spring in their step going into tomorrow night's match?
Yeah, I think we probably felt that, you know, it's always nice to get the first win. I was really pleased and really pleased for us all at the football club to get that win, especially me coming in as a new manager. It's always nice to get your first win, and it's something that you always want to do, because we probably felt in the previous home game against Ipswich, we probably felt that escaped us, and certainly going away at Sheffield Wednesday, we felt probably that was an opportunity that missed us by as well, really. So to go into the international break on the back of, like I said, a clean sheet at Sheffield Wednesday, and then to follow it up with 3 points, it solidified the work that we'd done in the international break, and came out, and certainly the first probably 20-25 minutes racing to a 2-goal lead ended up winning us the game against Queen's Park Rangers. So it was really, really good at the weekend, and we've got a real quick turnaround tomorrow evening with another exciting game in front of our home fans.
I was listening to your comments after the game on Saturday about how, it was such a great start, so impressive, but you were going to do some work and some analysis on sustaining that and being really ruthless and properly seeing teams off. Have you had an opportunity to do that, really? I mean, you've only really had this morning, haven't you? But have you been able to look at that in a bit more detail yet?
Yeah, my thing is probably not even looking at that. Sometimes even after the game on Saturday evening, believe it or not, you look back on it and just have a reflection on it, because it's a learning curve that in the heat of the battle and the tempo of the game and the emotions of everything, you look back at the video analysis and you try and retrace steps back, and yeah, the word I suppose I used on Saturday was like a pause button in terms of where that came from. And I think it was just an element of us as a group of players probably racing to a 2-goal lead, and probably feeling that we tried to protect what we've got, but actually in protecting what we got was continuing doing what we was doing and not the opposite. So what we felt we did was we allowed QPR to eventually get some momentum in the game. And sort of the key point to us was them scoring the goal from a set play that was avoidable, which then as you go in, your team talks at half-time changes in terms of us upping the tempo again and the energy again, and then probably feeling that they're 1 goal to the good, so they're back in the game. So then the second half played out the way it played out, but it certainly was a certain learning curve from our point of view in terms of where we thought we was protecting what we had by probably sitting off was probably the opposite, really. So in all situations, you learn from it. I was grateful that in us deciding to take that approach, it didn't cost us the 3 points in the end. So, but we felt we were worthy winners at the weekend, and we progress on.
Is it about then giving your players that confidence that if they find themselves in that situation again, they've gone 2-0 up quickly, to have that confidence to go on and make it 3, make it 4, and really take the opposition to the sword, if you like?
Yeah, and even if we're not to go on and increase our goal advantage and our goal lead, it's continuing that same vein. And I think that's the bit. I think people look and think, oh, if we get a 3rd and a 4th, and it means that there's progression. No, the progression is continuing to keep applying yourself in the same manner. And I think that's the most important thing. The great thing was some real wonderful play, some great real quick play. We got the 2 goals in the lead, and then it's maintaining that that momentum and keeping that focus, and that's the boys on the pitch as well as that. It keeps the energy in the stadium going. So that's something for us all to learn from, certainly going forward.
Interesting to see Delano Bergzorg and Cian Harrop playing up front. Obviously, Cian getting his goal as well. What do you like about them as a partnership up top?
Very different, both of them. I think they're really, really different. I think they complement each other. And again, it's something that, Catherine, when I arrived at the club, you get here, we speak about the 4 games we had, so it was really, you had real limited time, and a lot of the focus was on the team, really, and focusing on, and, just putting the players in, really, and getting used to them. And then as the games and the weeks go by and the international break, you start working out players and seeing strengths and weaknesses to them. And I just looked at Cian and Darren and just thought, for Saturday's game, it'd be a good recipe to both of them, and I thought they complemented each other really, really well. I think with Dell's all-round game, the hustle and bustle that he showed, the unselfish work he did for the team, I thought he got himself into some real dangerous positions and could have been a little bit unselfish for himself and got his shots off, but he didn't take them, whereas Cian got in, and I thought Cian took his goal very, very well. And the ball come across, and I think everybody in the stadium was thinking for him to hit it first time, but the way he steadied himself showed real class really about him, and he was in total control of the situation, which was a great finish. So really pleased for him. As I said, we'd spoken the week leading up to the QPR game, and I kind of notified him in the week that he was looking to start the game, because I just felt with what I'd seen in training and the work we'd done with him, I thought he'd complement Dell really well up front, and we're really pleased to see them both work well together.
Cardiff up next then. What sort of side are you expecting them to be?
They're a good team. They've got a wonderful rhythm about them. They've got a wonderful team cohesion, a good shape to them, good players as you'd expect at this level, and a manager that's come in and stamping his authority on the team and the football club. I feel they've had a relatively decent start to the season. Probably the last few weeks they've probably not felt they've got the right result what they deserve, but that's what I see with them. But also for us, Catherine, I see as a gang another wonderful game for us to go up against and compete, and another wonderful game for us to continue our progress in terms of us developing and moving forward as a team. I've been pleased, as I said, over the weeks I've been in here, I've been pleased with the amount of information we've been giving the players and the work they've been doing physically, and the boys have been definitely receptive to take on board. And we appreciate the amount of information we're giving them, and in terms of where we want to get them, and we know it's a process, but they've been definitely receptive to take that on board. And tomorrow night's a game against Cardiff, where it's another exciting game, and I'm sure the ingredients possess it to be a real good game of football between two good teams.
And back-to-back wins as well. You can move up the championship table so quickly at this part of the season, can't you? If you can get that consistency, start to string a few results together, all of a sudden you can be right up there and pushing at the other end of the table.
Yes, Catherine, at this level in the championship, it's proven season after season will continue to do so, how important back-to-back wins can do for you as a football team and a football club in terms of progression. And yeah, we look, it's a possibility and an opportunity for us to do that, but we're looking on it as it's the next opportunity for us to keep that continuation going, and the confidence from Saturday will be high with the group, and it's a matter of keeping that going, dusting ourselves down. Saturday's gone now. It's a different team, different opposition, and we've got to be making sure that we're at our level best for tomorrow night's game.
Best of luck tomorrow. Thank you, Darren.
Thanks, Catherine. Good to see you.
Thanks, Catherine. Stephen.
Hi, Darren. I thought generally the defensive play on Saturday was really good, but set pieces seemed to be a bit of an issue because the goal came from it, and they had a couple of other opportunities. Is that something you've looked at over the past couple of days, or? Yeah,
I think looking at it, Steve, it's been it's probably an area where probably they got one or two first-time contacts in on Saturday, and obviously with the goal coming from it, you always feel as a manager and as a team, you always feel from a set play that's an avoidable goal, so we'd probably look at it in that sense. But having said that, over the time that we've been in the domain, the boys have been exceptionally well. They've been really defending their box really, really good. and they've been usually getting the first time contacts, and it just goes to show that at any level moment, Steve, you got to keep your concentration levels going. So we've discussed it, we've looked at it. There are areas of our game that we continue to look to improve, and that's certainly an area what we don't take for granted. We know, Steve, as us as a team, as we progress, we're looking to progress all areas. And though on Saturday, again, it didn't cost us the 3 points, it's a timely reminder to keep those concentration levels at its very, very highest.
And I guess part of it as well is trying not to concede so many set pieces. Is building that play and keeping that bit of composure on the ball as important as any defending you can do, really?
Yeah, because when you got the ball at your feet, it takes it away from the opposition, and it's an area of the game that we will progress it. We will get better at it. It's an area that it's going to take time, but it's an area that we will consistently work on. But not just that area. You know, there's areas as well. I keep saying to you, in possession and out possession, we continue to work, and we'll continue to do that as the weeks and days go by, because we see it as opportunities to continue to improve as a group and as individuals within that group.
I know there's a bit of criticism on Saturday of Ben Wiles. I think there's a feeling among some that he's had spells where he can be a bit anonymous in games. Do you think that's fair, or do you think Ben has more to offer?
100% got more to offer. I mean, he's a wonderful player. Ben's somebody that I've known as an opposition manager against him, really. And he against the team, he was kind of always a thorn in our side, really. So to be there working with him and seeing the attributes that he's got, I think Ben's a fantastic player for us. The skill sets that he gives the team is really, really rewarding. And I thought on Saturday he had a great game for us in terms of where he was and how he did. And I think he had a hand in even probably setting up the second goal. So which was great for Ben, really, in terms of that advanced position that he was in. So credit to him. He's a player that strikes the ball well off both feet, really, in terms of that. And you know, we feel that if we can get Ben into those goal scoring opportunities, we think he's capable of scoring his goals. So long may his game keep developing, and we'll see even more from Ben Wiles over the weeks and months to come, I'm sure.
I think that's all from me. Catherine's had everything. Thank you.
Cheers, Steve. We'll come to Leon finally from the Yorkshire Post. Leon.
Hi, Darren. Good to speak to you, mate.
You okay, Leon?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I was just wondering, as managers, do you sort of look at league tables at this sort of juncture in the season, or is it just really all about just points, really?
Yeah, for me, Leon, you know, I very rarely look at the table, if at all any. Honestly, I really am, and you know, people might think, yeah, all right, but I don't look at the table because I know it's early in the season. I know probably it's quarter of the season probably gone at the moment, so I know it's a long way to go. But I know that we've not even reached Christmas yet, so I know there's a lot of football to be played. So for me, really, it's just about turning the page on to the next game. And that's exactly what we've done. We played Saturday's game. It was a real good 3 points for us, and then we focus all our attentions, a real quick turnaround for another good opposition coming into town, but a game that we're looking forward to, and it's important that we continue our progression going forward.
I mean, apart from the Birmingham game, your side have been consistent in being sort of hard to beat, having that sort of organisation and that foundation, and coming into a club it's important to see that, isn't it? First of all, you know, the trimmings, if you like, can sort of come afterwards almost. You've got to see that foundation first. Yeah,
and I think that's the thing, Leon, is it's setting that foundation in place. And I'm not going to say, Leon, that it's like a light switch effect that it happens like that. What I am prepared to do is seeing that when you come in and join the football club and the progression of the club wants to progress inside and outside within the football and around the community of Huddersfield, and we just want to put a team together that represents the club really, really well, and the fan base really, really well. but it's a joint effort by everybody, the team, the supporters. But if you're looking at isolate as a team, as an individual, the work's done on the training ground, Leon, and there's no easy way. I don't think, I've never known it be an easy way around it. It's just that the hard work gets put on the training ground. And by putting in the hard work on the training ground, you see elements of the team that you saw in the first bit against on Saturday against QPR. That 20 minutes or whatever it is, it doesn't come from anywhere but for me from the training ground, the players trying to take on board what's been implemented in them and applying them at real time when it comes, really. So we know we're a team that still has lots of improvements in and out of possession, and we continue to do so.
You've got a strong core of senior players, the likes of Hogg, Hellick, Lees, and then you've got a lot of players who are in their early 20s. Their careers are starting to blossom. It must excite you working with that group. They're probably wanting to get hungrier and better, and it's great for a coach and your staff. Yes,
and what we have a temperament and desire with, certainly with the senior players and the younger players, they all want to improve, Leon. Music to my ears, music to my staff's ears, that they all want to improve. And as long as they come with that desire and temperament, then they're a joy to work with and continue to do it. So even the senior players, want to improve and can improve, and even the younger players are developing really, really well and showing that hunger and desire to aspire to where the senior players and the careers what the seniors have had. So with that, you put them two ingredients in the pot, and that, so it comes up with a lovely recipe, really, in terms of that. So long may that desire keep with the group.
I was just going to ask you finally, Darren, it is singling someone out in a way, but Jack Redoni, I mean, he looks a player who he's blessed with so many attributes. He's got a great engine. He's getting one or two goals into his game, and he looks like he's the potential to be the complete package in terms of a midfielder, and he's still a young lad, and the world looks to be his oyster if he can develop.
Yeah, he looks like he could be a legend for Huddersfield Town, Leon, going forward, and in terms of where he's at and what he's doing, attributes as a midfield player. He runs and dribbles with the ball well, he passes it well. His game intelligence and understanding is really good. He's definitely got a goal in him. But both aspects of the game, he's not afraid to do it in terms of offering the team offensively options going forward, but doing the nitty gritty dirty side of the game is his defensive work. So Jack's a player that, again, I've known from going up against him and seeing his game develop, and him making the switch from coming to Huddersfield is the right move for him, and you can see now he's gravitated and stepped up to the level, and he's definitely a player that I thought on Saturday was exceptional, really. So long may that continue, and we continue to work and develop him further and improve his game further.
Best of luck, Darren, as always. Thank you.
Top man, Leon. Thank you. Cheers.
Catherine, thank you very much. We'll
Cheers,
see you
guys.
tomorrow, Catherine. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye-bye.